Hey, what's going on? It's Matt here with the next installment of our video educational series. Today, I'd like to talk about buy downs, especially the most common is a 2-1 buy down. What does that mean? How does it work? Where's the money coming from? It's kind of a mysterious thing not a lot of people get into. So let's talk about it. So buy downs, a 2-1 buy down from 10,000 feet, say the going interest rate is 7% on a 30-year fixed. The buy down will allow the buyer to have an interest rate of then 5%, again, 2 points less than the going rate for the first year. Year number two, the rate would be 1% cheaper, so 6%. And then year three would go to the fully indexed rate at 7%. So you're going from a 7% rate to a 5% year one, 6% year two, third year. And for the remaining term of the loan, it would be the normal 7%. So in that, how does that work? Who pays for it? How does it all transpire? So what happens is there is a cost for this. Generally, in most cases, the buy down fee or cost is just shy of 2 points, whatever it is. And 1 point is 1% of the loan amount. So this can be paid for generally by the builder if you are getting new construction, or the seller if it's a resale situation. So the buyers generally are not allowed to pay for this type of a buy down. So it has to be negotiated up front and paid for by the builder or the seller. So it's a little hard. Builders more than resales might be giving incentives. It would be an option to utilize that to get the lower rate to drop the payment to the buyer year number one, year number two, and then year three, of course, it will be what it would have been if you did not do the buy down. Buyers still have to qualify for the loan based upon the normal rate. So if it is 7%, they have to qualify for that higher payment, of course. So where this comes into play, on resale situations, most importantly, in our market, it's very hard to get seller's assist for a seller to actually pay for a buy down. But if we do get a seller's assist, by all means, you can use that to either A, drop the closing cost to the buyer, or you could utilize those funds to do the buy down so they get a cheaper mortgage interest rate. Or thirdly, sometimes let's just say you go under agreement and the house might actually appraise for higher than what you're agreed upon. In a situation like that, I have done where we go back and ask the seller then, and just disclosure, hey, Mr. Seller, the house appraised for a little bit higher than our sales price. I'd like to go ahead and add a seller's assist so the seller is netting the same amount of money, and then we can utilize those funds, of course, to get a buy down to our buyer. Kind of the headwind on this one, to be honest with you, when the math works out, is that we're going to be going into a rate environment that's going to be decreasing at some point. We don't know how long the can's going to be kicked down the road till the Fed really starts cutting rates. But utilizing the funds sometimes might be better just to reduce the closing costs, knowing that most likely that we're probably going to be refinancing something down into the fives anyway. So maybe utilizing those funds now to pay closing costs might be more advantageous. Some people still like the rate relief when it comes to the monthly payment. So I wanted to keep it as short as possible here. It's about 3 minutes or so. If you have any questions on this, please feel free to let me know. I had a lot of questions coming from agents on how this works, who funds it, how does it all work out. So hopefully I gave you some insight on that. But any questions, feel free to let me know. Definitely as a tool, sometimes not always the best tool, but it is there. So it's something we can utilize. So thanks so much for listening. Any questions, let me know, and I'll talk to you soon.